every Tuesday, live
from 8 PM UK time.
Luke, Gary, and a couple of microphones. This is Custard TV Live.
Oh, I pressed the right click button, not the left click button. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 20th of November 2012, Anno Domini, and welcome to the Custard TV Live podcast. Hurrah! I hear you shout. Well, I could if this was an interactive show. At the other end of this this Skype sort of twisting line is Matt. Good evening, Matt.
Good evening, Gary. How are we doing?
Yeah, not bad. I'm actually going to fade that music out completely and press stop because we always get to this point and I don't really know what to do with the music. I'm going to tell the ladies and gentlemen how they can get in contact with us on Twitter. As always, we'll add in your bit in a second, so I'll press this button here first.
Follow us on Twitter at Luke Custard TV
and
at The Gary Show.
And Matt's Twitter is...
Matt's Twitter is at Matt's TV Bites, and that's Matt with two T's.
With two T's, ladies and gentlemen. Now, very specially here on the Custard TV Live, we're not only going to be talking about the best and the worst of the week's TV, what's coming up, what we've watched, what we're going to watch, things like that. We've got a very special guest, and I want to get straight to it. We've got a crowd here. I mean, they're absolutely boiling over excitement. It's very topical. This person, should have been in the jungle. Should have been probably now eating some kangaroo's anuses or something like that. But he's decided to come and join us here on the Custard TV Live. We're very happy, very excited. I'm going to sort of bring him in a second. So hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to make sure that he's up. What's wrong?
Hang on, Gary. Hang on. I've just got an email. Connolly has cancelled for doing Daybreak tomorrow, and he can't be bothered. So instead, we've got Luke, I'm afraid.
What?
Hello, people! This podcast has lacked over the last 2 weeks.
Well, you say that. You say that, but none of our listeners have complained. Ladies and gentlemen.
No, because they were watching Daybreak instead.
They were watching Daybreak.
Probably why.
Probably what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. It's Luke! I won't play the cheers at this point. Sorry, you're not getting them again.
No, we've done the cheer. Can I just say as well, Gary, it's a shame that in the 2 weeks I've been gone, you still haven't managed to work out left click and right click.
Yeah, there's many things I haven't worked out how to do. How do you run the internet again?
Right.
Oh,
just type in Google. You'll be able to get it.
Google.
An artist.
I don't think I'm typing that into the internet. Goodness knows what will come up. What do you think my name is, Pete Townsend? I ought to mention that Luke is the editor of the CustardTV.com website. Yes, that's, ladies and gentlemen, www.thecustardtv.com website, where you can find lots of information about what's coming up on telly, including this very podcast. I am actually hitting my hand as I say that to emphasise how much you should go there.
Abusing yourself during the podcast. I love that. I should also say on behalf of myself and the site, big thank you to Matt and to Gary for keeping this alive for the two people that listen every week. So thank you very much for that.
Hi, Lauren. And Lauren's mum, probably. I don't know. My until we knew about this week's special guest, Matt and I were going to talk about all the things that made us angry. But to be perfectly honest, we thought, Luke's not really going to let us get a word in edgeways to start with, so we'll drop that. But I think we were both very angry, weren't we, Matt, about the X Factor? Luke, were you equally annoyed?
X Factor, yeah, I know. Very equally annoyed. Yes, I think we'll talk about that more later on, will we? When we get to X Factor.
Right. When we get down to that bit. But we'd love to hear from you on Twitter. We're going to come on to what has been our more successful Twitter question in a second. But if you can tell us what on TV has made you angry, we'd love to hear from you. Luke is Luke at Custard TV. Gary, I'm the Gary at The Gary Show. And Matt is Matt TV Bites, and that's Matt with two T's. Over to you, Matt.
Okay. We're going to be running a Twitter question for the next few weeks, and we'll hopefully do a special podcast at some point on your favourite drama of 2012, and we've got a long list of nominations based on, I think, Gary, you had some feedback on this?
Yeah, I had lots of feedback on Facebook, which has been really good.
Yeah, if you boys want to chip in anything on some of these nominations, we'll just go through them quickly. Homeland, I know me and you watched, Gary. I think we both enjoyed that. Silk, Sinbad.
Hey, up the Silk.
Oh, I still haven't watched the first series though. I've still got that first series to watch.
Hang on though, Is it still in the cling foil? The DVD?
No, it has. It's come out the cling foil, but it hasn't been put in the DVD player.
It's just one more step.
Carry on, Matt.
Okay, Sinbad. I don't know. I haven't seen that. Have you? Either of you seen that?
I saw the first episode.
We potted
I
it.
saw the first episode.
Accused, something I know we all enjoyed. Lilyhammer, the Nordic/American BBC 4 comedy drama.
DCI... Right, because nobody thought that Lily Allen would progress into acting at quite the speed she did after giving up music, and Lilyhammer's been such a success.
The sort of odd cop show partnership between Lily Allen and MC Hammer.
but you see, if that happened, Keith Allen would definitely have a role in it, like he did in The Body Farm. So that works out quite well.
Nobody could touch them.
So.
Yeah. Make them smile.
This podcast 4 hours long.
Okay, moving quickly. DCI Banks. I know something both of you guys watch. I've not really kept up with that. Falling Skies, the sci-fi show. Person of Interest, another American import on Channel 5. The Paradise, the costume drama that I personally didn't enjoy. Luke, I know you felt similar to me. The Killing, which is just...
I think, which was strange.
The one nomination. The Killing, which started this week, and we'll talk about that more later on. Endeavour, the Inspector Morse prequel. Hit and Miss, the Sky Atlantic, Chloe Sevigny hit woman drama. Line of Duty, which I really enjoyed. The Bletchley Circle. Someone voted for that, did they?
Yeah. A Downton Abbey fan again.
Did.
Yeah. Downton Abbey. Yeah, the sort of biggest drama of the year. Arrow, the American comic book. Elementary, the Sherlock Holmes, and Sherlock as well. Mm-hmm. Scott and Bailey.
What to say about Downton and the Paradise? Just briefly, it always interests me that if the three of us are calling ourselves critics, and I'm certainly very critical of Gary and Matt, then it's always interested me that the shows that are the biggest rating winners, like Downton and like the Paradise, and like things like New Tricks, aren't things that no critic I have ever spoken to or read ever goes on about, but there's just something about them that audiences gravitate to, and that probably, if people were voting in a magazine, would they say Downton's the biggest drama of the year? Probably.
I think it got voted as the biggest drama of the last 10 years. I think Freeview ran a poll recently, and it got voted as the biggest drama of Freeview's run.
Do you know what, though? If Sky Atlantic had been a bit smarter and named Hit and Miss Chloe with a Penis, it would have been the biggest drama hit of 2012. I'm sorry, it just would have
something about that. This is...
The tone has been lowered, ladies and gentlemen, by the return of
people.
If you had your cards ready and you noted, Yes, One Night.
Okay,
yes.
Back to these nominations. One Night, Luke, you knew about that. What was that about? One Night.
It was just very, very briefly on One Night. It was four-part drama that, for some reason, that even the BBC weren't sure of when I questioned it. When I questioned them on, it was shown at 10:35 after the news. It was 4 parts, all connected stories. Starred Jessica Hines, formerly Jessica Stevenson, and just brilliantly well written. I did an interview with the writer, who was equally annoyed at the scheduling it had. But if you haven't seen it, go and get the DVD. It's fantastic. Should definitely be there, nominated.
Okay, moving on with the nominations. We've got The Bridge and Borgen, the 2 Scandinavian BBC 4 dramas. Dallas, The Return of Dallas. Good Cop, which we've talked about quite a lot on this podcast. Obviously controversially moved the last episode. Mrs. Biggs, The Last Weekend. Monroe,
anything with Sean
which we'll talk about in a minute.
Anything with Sean Evans in it gets out.
Sean Evans has even walked next to has been voted for.
We might have to do Best Actor and Best Actress, and Sean Evans is going to get a number of nominations. So
yeah, there's still time for him to do a drag act as well, so he might win both.
True. Sean Bean would get into that, wouldn't he? You know?
Yeah, Sean Bean.
I know there's a load of dramas. We don't need to go through them all. I'll put the poll up on the website.
Okay.
The
What
one
this
that I
did-
would mention
to
that
the
is
newsroom, Gary.
well, yeah, the newsroom got more than the rest,
Yeah.
probably. Probably more votes than individual votes that I saw. So that comes, and of course, I have to mention my Aaron Sorkin moment. So tick your bingo cards right now.
But what this teaches us, looking at this list, and there are ones that Matt wasn't able to list because we keep interrupting him, is it has been a very strong year of
Yeah.
drama